our passiveness allowed all the corruption to build up over the years. You're exactly right. Well, they imprint on us. That's what it is. It's a spell. It really is. I mean, again, the media is a medium, and the medium is there to imprint on you. And the way they imprint is they use language, they use words, they use art, they use sound, they use frequency, they use vibration, they use the crafts. And so that's why whenever I come across these videos of people, saying we just have to raise in Christ consciousness, I'm just like, oh, no. See, the one thing that's different from all the other religions, okay, in regards to the Bible, is God's completely the opposite from all those other religions. He is. He is. I mean, Jesus was the most realistic. The biblical God in the Old Testament was really the most realistic. But what I noticed with the podcasters that have millions of followers, like the video that you're replying to has only gotten 5 views. And I recognize why they are shadow banning it. Because the one thing that they've always, been able to do, regardless, even if they, have to give Trump a win or, have to support Trump because the public is more on Trump's side, but they need to get you back so they can imprint on you. So when I started seeing the podcasters giving more credit and this hero worshiping of all of Trump's cabinet picks, and they never even gave Trump half of that, amount of credit, I thought, oh, it's a spell. Because then when they can imprint on you that, no, Cash is really the hero, he's done everything, Elon's done, then it's a subtle way to then make you think, oh yeah, Trump, he hasn't done anything, when really he's done more than anybody else. So that's when I started realizing it's literally, it's not just mind control or brainwash. It's not just repeating something. It's using language and sound and taking every opportunity they can to imprint on you how more important all these cabinet picks are than Trump. And I'm not sure, we'll see what happens. What I'm trying to tell people is don't get imprinted again. Because that's how this happens, and we just, trust. When I got sober some 30 years ago, and I had this spiritual awakening at like 4 months, and I knew then, like, oh no, God is real. Like this, it was mind blowing to me, like to go from where you believe, but then no, he's real. And I was so excited, like all I ever wanted to talk about was spirituality. And so I wanted to go down all the paths because I wanted to find what the right one, and for a while I was down the path where a lot of people are, which is that, no, God would accept all of them. No, he wouldn't. The real God wouldn't. Because he says it in the Bible is the one text where he calls out all these other ones. But I did the chakras, or what they call now the energy centers. I did the Kundalini. Thank God that didn't take, given what I know about it now. I did all these meditations and high vibration. I did a vision board. I tried The Secret and all of that for a while. The problem I had with the, we always have to stay in this high vibration, is it's very selfish and it's very surface. So I didn't like that. Yet they say, no, if you say anything that's even it seemed like that whole thing was a spell too. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of that spell is to get you that everything's wonderful and normal and everything's great. And yet that goes really against what Jesus said. So, I mean, because Jesus said that where you can find righteousness, hold on to it. Where you see goodness, hold on to it and remember those things. Meaning you're not going to see it a lot in this world. But that would make most people negative, right? And yet, the thing is, I don't look at that as negative. I guess it's because I take joy more in wanting the truth, the the truth is what's more important to me. That's a positive thing, even if what the truth that I'm delivering seems negative to people. It's not because I want you to be down or anybody to be down. It's just that you don't want to stay in the feedback loop. And if that's how they imprint on you, and then it's a continual feedback loop. So of course they would shadow ban that video about me bringing attention to A.G. Bondi when she was in Florida. Because they need to use somebody around. Again, these people are petrified of Trump. They're petrified of him. Most of your podcasters have only supported him because they see where the public's going. So they do not, they need people in Trump's cabinet to become the true heroes. And what I'm saying is don't let them imprint that on you. I know Trump praises these people. Trump grew up in, he went to church. I forget, was it Vincent? I can't remember the guy's name. He was a preacher or pastor that wrote the Power of Positive Thinking. And that's always worked for Donald Trump. So that's what he uses. I get it. I would just, if I ever got the chance to ask Donald Trump something, not that I ever would, but if I did, I would say, how do you think that power of positive thinking would work for Job? Job in the Bible. I'm not saying God wanted people to be negative. I think God wanted people to see the truth, though. I think the way Donald Trump has handled things is the best, though, because he keeps things uplifted, and he sees it as uplifted. I just more relate with Jesus in the regard to that. It's hard for me to lie to myself, and I've done it. You can convince yourself of things, to stay in this high vibration, but that means you have to ignore a lot of things. And then what I see happens is that you tend to have less empathy, and that's why I think they want to keep people in this constant, no, everything's great and wonderful. I mean, in some ways, to me, it's weak when you can never really just be realistic about things. Because being realistic and seeing the truth of something is more positive, in my opinion, than staying in a happy, blissful. Now, many people lie, but many people would say, no, you can manifest that. But that goes along with the imprinting. So you're either imprinting on yourself when you're doing it, the vision board, and in some way there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm trying to say is all of that stuff, energy, vibration, sound, frequency, the arts, language, words, the media has been using all of those to imprint on all of us. And we don't even realize it. And so all they have to do is that little shift imprinting on you about anybody that's one of Trump's cabinet picks, and that's this slow way to make them more important. They did it with Elon. The left did, but the right did too. They just did it in opposite directions. Because again, that wicked doesn't care what side, it grabs people. So I'm just trying to say, don't let yourself get pulled in. Don't let yourself. Trump's going to praise these people, but just stay neutral about it. Just do that so that people don't end up in the feedback loop again. Because that's what's gone on for 8 years, really, is that they've imprinted. And so that's why they're shadow banning this video, is because they don't want the truth to come out about everybody. And the fact is that it's really most people. We really shouldn't be trusting people. I'm not saying not to trust anybody, but there's nothing wrong with saying, no, I'm not going to let myself get pulled. Instead of being pulled into all this, positiveness about cash or any of these people, is just stay neutral and be like, yeah, I see what the media's doing. They're trying to, even if it's subtle, just because never have they given Donald Trump the credit he deserves. Not the left or the right, really. I want us to get out of the feedback loop. And the way to do that is just to see that they've always been trying to use a medium to imprint on you.